Hi, my name is Patrick. This video should tell you how should you prepare for MBA college interview. So if you've got calls which is coming out, how should you go about preparing for the interview? So let's start with what are the areas to prepare on. You have this personal question which I read is the most important part because this makes or break your interview because the initial questions creates the first impression and usually the initial questions are based on personal questions. Tell me something about yourself, why MBA, etc. Second is work experience. If you have a good work experience, you can use that to sell yourself and get selected. But it also depends on how can you portray your work experience. They will ask you questions, you need to be able to answer. Academics becomes important. So your academics, a lot of colleges, specifically the IIMs, they basically based on that if you have been a good student in the past, you will be a good student in the future, which means you need to be decent in academics and that is what is going to help you. Hobbies and interests is what you need to be clear about. Again, if you're passionate about a hobby, can help for selection. General awareness and college you're applying. So if you have a number of colleges that you're applying to, you should know about it. Fair idea. Now to first tell you the approximate time you need to spend. I am assuming you're able to spend around 4.5 hours every day. This is approximate and you can accordingly schedule. If you can give more time, give more time. So 1 hour for your personal questions. Okay, I'll come up with the explanation of what you need to do for that. I'll come up with that. This is approximately a time. Half an hour to 1 hour for work experience, half an hour for academics, half an hour to 1 hour on your hobbies and interests, 1 hour on your general awareness becomes important, and colleges you are applying to 0.5. Now, every college has different weightage for different criteria. Some people ask mainly on personal questions, some may focus on general awareness, some may focus on hobbies and interests. So you need to look at that. But these are the areas that you need to prepare. What to prepare. So personal questions, what we normally recommend our students who have joined for interview, we tell them to write answers. Daily write answers, introspect about yourself and who are you, what are you. Because in the interview when you go, the first thing they want to check is whether you know yourself. Only if you know yourself, then you can look at further. Right? So that's why we tell people to write a whole biography about themselves. Okay. Also then think what questions can be asked based on your answer. So you write down the answer, say tell me something about yourself, you make an answer down. You write down the answer. Now look at that answer, think what questions can be asked. Okay. See if you can answer those questions. Is it possible to answer those questions? So I asked something on my hobby. Okay, and I think what question let me ask. I come up with 5 questions and I can't answer even one of the questions that my hobby is a problem. I need to either read about my hobby or change my hobby. But if I can answer 3 out of the 5 questions, then it's fine. So it's not necessary that you have to answer all the questions, but you should be able to answer quite a few of the questions. So look at if you can answer those questions. If you cannot, then modify your original answer. If you can, great, and further keep on questioning yourself. Go into depth. So whatever you answer, maybe your work experience, maybe your school activity, maybe anything. See what questions that can be asked. See if you can answer those questions and then figure out whether the answers are correct or wrong or modify to answer accordingly. Right? I'll come up with more videos in terms of how to prepare or plan your answers for your personal questions. We'll come to that later on. Work experience. Focus on your responsibility and achievement. It's very important how you portray your work experience. If you can portray it well, you can actually make a killing because a lot of colleges select students based on their work experience. And if you can show good work experience, so contribution is good, then you can make or break it. There are ways and means to show that you have done really well. It's how you portray it. You can use a star approach. You can look at a star approach. We normally recommend students to use a star approach while giving the answers because it uses a structured approach. A lot of colleges look at structured answers. Just saying your answer doesn't make sense. You need to have a structured answer that is important. Because if you just say your answer without a structure, it shows lack of method, lack of proper structure. And since your work, they expect a proper structure from you. Find out a role and responsibility about your superior. So I'm assuming that tomorrow you want to be a boss or your own boss or boss's boss. That's the reason you're doing MBA, to progress higher. To find out what roles and responsibility they do. So you can explain to your panelists that what are you aiming for in the future. Find about your industry and your competitors. Whatever industry, so in automobile industry, find about what is happening in the industry. Anything, taxes in your industry, what are the imports in the industry, what is the market share of your company in your industry, who are your competitors, how are you with regards to your competitors, what is your USP, all those questions, relevant questions. Also, any current relevant news that are there. So certainly some new competitor has come in, or if someone has launched a new product, know about that regarding your industry. Because there is a chance the interviewer may ask you questions based on what is happening currently because he is reading newspapers. So he may ask you questions on that. Academics. Focus on project work and maybe two favorite subjects. You can't look at whole project, whole academics, the whole graduation. It's not possible. So normal recommendation, be thorough with your project work because that's what it normally asks you. And two favorite subjects. Also, my recommendation is list down the questions that are asked in the previous interview. So look at the transcripts of previous interviews that have happened. Look at what are relevant questions based on your background that have been asked and prepare for those answers. See if you're comfortable with it. So this is how you can prepare for academics. No point going to all the subjects. So for all these, ensure that you make a book and write down notes. Writing down notes is very, very important. It helps you that because if you keep on reading, you tend to forget a lot. Making a proper notes or making books to write down notes helps. Write in a structured format so you can remember it. Hobbies and interests can make or break sometimes. Because if you show that you're passionate about your hobbies and you know a lot about your hobbies, it shows that you're really passionate about things. And that could help you to convert a call. Because panelists normally look at people who are really passionate about what they do. You need to know more than average. You need not know everything about your hobby and interest, but definitely know more than average information about your hobby. So read about it, whatever is happening around. I mean, anything hobbies and interests that you have. So if they ask you a question, you should be able to answer. General awareness. I mean, this also becomes one of the key questions in a lot of interviews because they would want to know whether the student is aware about what is happening. Because tomorrow as managers, you have to be abreast with what is happening around you and accordingly take decisions. So know the major events happening both India and abroad. Apart from that, look at both sides of coin. Don't look at one perspective. Look at both perspectives, pros and cons. Israel war. Look at perspective of Israel. Look at perspective of Gaza. Look at perspective of US. Every different perspective and see how it works. Ukraine war. Ukraine's perspective, Russian perspective. So look at different perspectives and then have a balanced perspective in perspective. So you can answer questions well. Also regarding yourself, I mean, place where do you stay, history of your place, where it has been. Maybe something about your interest, etc. Your hometown, know about your hometown, about that place. Sometimes they ask you about your location, the MP, MLA from your location. All that questions can be asked. So know about it to some extent. On the end, but it's important, know about the college. If you know about the college and then answer questions on the college, it shows that you're really interested in the college. And the chance of selection goes higher. So go to the website, talk to the students and alumni of the college. Know the vision statement. Okay, try to align your goals with the college goals as such. Okay, also know what makes a college different. Every college has a USP. Find out how the college is different from others. Okay, and how the college can help you in learning. For example, if I want to do finance, I'll check out what is the finance club, what have they done, any activity, how will they help you, etc. All that will make a huge difference in terms of your selection process. So go to this. These activities will help you with regards to your preparation. We'll come up with more videos that will help you with prep. All the best. Thank you.